Hello viewers, my topic today is why God is silent in your season. Understanding heaven's silence and trusting God's process is an art many don't have. There are seasons in every believer's life when it seems as if though God has stopped speaking. The prayer continues, the fasting continues, the church attendance continues, but heaven appears silent. Many begin to ask, God, where are you? Why are you not answering me? God's silence does not mean God's absence. He may be silent, but He is still working. In Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8 to 9, He says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord." So many of God's greatest servants experienced seasons of divine silence before they entered their greatest testimony. God is silent because He wants you to walk by faith, not by feelings. Faith grows best when there is no visible evidence. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7, He says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." If God answered every prayer immediately, there will be little need for faith. In Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6, He says, "But without faith, it is impossible to please Him." Abraham waited 25 years for Isaac. Now, God's silence is also often a test of your character. You see, many people can worship when miracles happen. Few continue worshiping when nothing seems to happen. God is interested more in your character than your comfort. In James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4, He said, "The trying of your faith worketh patience." You see, patience produces maturity. Now, God also is working behind the scenes. You see, silence does not mean inactivity. When Jesus was in the tomb, heaven looked silent, yet God was preparing the greatest victory in history. In Romans chapter 8 verse 28, He said, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God." So God often works where human eyes cannot see. Another reason is that God may be removing pride before releasing promotion. You see, sometimes blessings delayed are blessings protected. Joseph spent years in prison. David spent years hiding from Saul. Moses spent 40 years in Midian. So before promotion comes, preparation. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 6 says, "Humble yourself therefore under the mighty hand of God, that He may exalt you in due season." And another thing is that God is teaching you to depend on Him alone. Sometimes God removes every human helper, not because He hates you, but because He wants you to discover that He alone is enough. David said in Psalm 121 verse 1 to 2, He said, "My help cometh from the Lord." Okay, so God's silence does not cancel His promises. A promise delayed is not a promise denied. Israel waited 430 years in Egypt before God remembered His covenant. Now, another one is that sometimes God has already spoken. You see, many believers ask God for answers already written in the Bible. God will not give another instruction until the first one is obeyed. In James chapter 1 verse 22, He said, "Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only." So, obedience often unlocks the next instruction. Now, silence can be an invitation to seek God more deeply. Sometimes God hides His face to draw us closer. In Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 13, He said, "And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." Many people seek God's hand. God desires people who seek His heart. May God continue to inspire you and teach you how to wait for Him and how to manage His silence. He is near wherever you are. He is with you. He knows what you are passing through, and in due season, He is going to show Himself forth. God bless you. My name is Pastor Bethel Ezeh. I will see you same time, same place. Continue to follow my teachings. Continue to visit my social media handles. God bless you.
I breathe.